So from New South Wales, we're heading over to Western Australia to a company called Maximus Resources. The code is MXR. You can see that on the screen right now. Joining us to tell us the Maximus Resources story is Tim Wither, who is their Managing Director. Great story, Tim. I'm looking forward to this presentation.
Thanks, Kerry. And it's great to be able to share the Maximus story with the listeners and subscribers today.
What's that great, it's a fantastic photograph you got there on your opening slide. What is that?
Yeah, I love this photo. So this photo is of Wattle Dam. So this small pit here pulled out $100 million in around 2 to 3 years. And right next to that, the abandonment bund of the Wattle Dam is where we had the recent discovery of the S5 prospect, where we hit 32 meters at 3.2. So yeah, love the picture. So I'll get into it.
Yep.
Normal disclaimer at the start. Our investment highlights. So we're in West Australia's premier gold and nickel area province. So 25 kilometres from Kambolda. We've got 48 square kilometres of granted mining licences, located within 50 k's of 6 gold processing plants and 25 kilometres from BHP's Kambolda nickel concentrator. So we're gold and nickel. Significant gold and nickel production from our current assets, and as mentioned, Wattle Dam, and I'll get into where and how Wattle Dam became one of Australia's highest grade gold mines. We're a new management team coming into the company in August last year. We've got an established base JORC compliant resource of 112,000 to build off, $8 million in potential royalty streams over advanced gold projects through Australia, and a huge data set. And we've already started demonstrating our opportunity within this data set to uncover the next Wattle Dam. So corporate snapshot for where we are, market cap of 16.5 today, 121 shares on issue with a diluted market cap of around 21 million, and top 20 hold 33% of the company. So location. We are in the heart of WA's, if not Australia's, premier gold and nickel district. Mentioned about the 48 square kilometres that we have, and we're within the highly historic the Spargoville Shear Zone, and it has the historical Wattle Dam gold mine, readily accessible. I mean, we're so close you can ride a push bike to work. So we're not going to the permafrost of Canada or traipsing across to Africa. And it's prolific gold and nickel country. So we've got St Ives, got Karora up north, and Chalice, including and Mincor.
Well, most people will know, if you don't know Chalice, Chalice is gold and nickel as well, and they've done extraordinarily well. But
exceptionally great
quick
story.
Question for you, Tim. This high-grade Wattle Dam gold mine that was owned by Ramelius before, is that finished, or is there still more to pull out of that particular area?
Yeah, so Ramelius, I'll go through the missed that one. So yeah, Ramelius was a spin out. These assets were a spin out from Beach Energy, and Ramelius, when they first started doing the open pit mine, they had a modest resource, 14,000 ounces at 3 grams to get into the Wattle Dam. They ended up pulling 52,000 ounces out of that open pit, and then went underground. And underground, they had a very small resource of 57,000 ounces in underground, and then end up pulling 220,000 ounces out of the Wattle Dam mine. It's very, very shallow, so it's only mined down to 365 meters, and underground was around just under 15 grams per ton. So very, very high grade. At the time when it was being mined, so I mentioned $100 million was pulled out of this mine in 2 to 3 years. And during that transaction, during that period, they made a transaction of Harmony's Hill 50 gold mine for $40 million. So when Ramelius was a $3 million market cap, made a swag full of money, and made a very, very significant investment, $40 million into, which is a much larger project. And, this company, Ramelius, for what it is now, was started off as a small company. There was 3 GOs there. One of the GOs was running this gold mine at the same time he was making DD on quite a large acquisition. So this project was then moved across into Tychean, which was controlled by Bob Kennedy. Tychean found Redback, and then through where the gold price was and various things through the company, these assets were moved across into Maximus Resources, another Bob Kennedy controlled company. And so these assets have really been within the family for such a period. Very limited work's been done on it. So through Tychean, we're doing various other investments or activities around the place. They're in Northern Territory, they're in the Pilbara. And then when Maximus again, the focus wasn't on these assets. They had multiple other assets going on, and then toll treating at Burbank. So it's very, very underexplored area. But one of the main things with Wattle Dam, very, very coarse gold. And so when they went underground, I said that they had only 57,000 ounces. They went and made the leap of faith to go cut the portal, drive the first decline level down. And that was because they had faith. They could see free gold. They knew the geological envelope. So they went and made the leap of faith, drove down to the next level below underground, and they just kept on mining it down. So when they were doing the drilling, you would have a very, very high grade, and then you'd have very low grade right next to the drill hole. And so when they're actually mining it, and I know guys personally who have mined there was gold as thick as your thumb running through the faces. So spectacular gold mine, and very well known gold mine in the Kambalda region. This is an overview of the Wattle Dam and our main target. So I spoke about the S5 target, that was our recent discovery, and the Redback. Redback's got 440,000 tonnes at 3 grams, and as a focus for our mineral resource upgrade drilling that we're going ahead at the moment. So our new theory, and together with Travis Murphy's PhD in structural geology, we've come up with a sort of a new look on the project. And that is saying that Redback sits on an opposite shear zone to us, and S5 and Golden Orb sit on a shear zone to the west. So we're testing that theory with drilling right now. So our Redback deposit, as you can see on the slide there, sits 600 metres from Redback. There is scoping studies or work done. Not scoping studies, sorry, but internal work done to review opportunities to use the existing infrastructure at Wattle Dam. That means all the underground declines and level accesses and the like, to be able to drive across to Redback and access that deposit. This deposit hasn't been mined prior, and it sits below the surface, around 50 to 60 metres below surface. And so our plan at the moment, we've got 3,200 metres of drilling, diamond drilling happening there today. So the idea of our drilling there now is resource infill, so upgrade the resource into inferred, and also resource extension. So we know that there's opportunities for resource extension along with our theory of these linking structures between the two. So yeah, 440,000 tonnes at 3 grams. And yeah, it looks exactly the same as Wattle Dam itself. So it has the biotite ultramafics, very little quartz veining through it. So it's a long strike, 600 metres from south of Wattle Dam. So yeah, we're putting a lot of effort into that. And mentioned before our S5 gold prospect. So when I joined the company, we had just started our air core drilling, and we hit 3 metres, 83 grams. So that was 300 metres from Wattle Dam. Very limited drilling and shallow drilling prior. So most of the drilling was RAB. It was done to 20 metres. We hit the 3 meters at 83 at 25 meters. So recently, and at the start of the year, we announced that we had we completed 1,000 meters of RC, and this is a maiden RC. So we did 20 by 20 drill pattern around S5, and we were fortunate enough to hit 32 meters at 3.2. Great intersection in itself, but we had higher grade intersections in that broader zone. This broader zone of the S5 prospect sat below what we saw in an air core, which was 21 meters at 0.5 of a gram. It was quite interesting. And unfortunately, the market missed a bit of what we were trying to do with this S5, or what we believe is market misinterpreted what we're actually trying to achieve. So when we were targeting the 3 meters at 83, we were targeting something to the west. When we were drilling this RC, we tested across to the east and see if there was anything over on the eastern side. We actually discovered, and that's part of exploration, is constantly learning. We actually discovered that we were sitting, the 3 meters at 83 was sitting to the west of the shear zone, when in fact the main ore body was sitting on the eastern side of the Spargoville shear zone. So we made learnings from that, and now we're doing around 800 meters of diamond drilling around the the RC program that we just completed. So this is drill core that we've completed, and this is that dashed line we can just see underneath our 32 meters at 3.2. So we're seeing great rock. So we're seeing you know, significant stock work and veining, and this is over 54 meters. So we've cut this core, and this core will be put into the lab this week. And so about 3 to 4 week turnaround on assays. But it's great to see that we've got this this style of mineralization. It isn't unique. We know where we are now with this diamond drilling, and we just can continue learning as we go through. So what we've drilled now is we've drilled 32 meters underneath. That's 32 at 3.2 grams per ton. And we've also drilled 25 meters to the north towards Wattle Dam, and we're seeing the same rocks. So this stock work's great to see. We do know that will be variations in potential grade, and if not grade at all, but this stock work is the fluids. It shows that the fluids have been active in this area and have come up, and this is the same fluids that will bring up any potential and precipitate any gold from that area. So great to see these rocks where we expect to see them. And we will just be, and as you can see in these yellow dots here, we'll be just systematically bringing this deposit out further and further. So why is S5 exciting for us? And I spoke about Redback and the opportunity to use the existing infrastructure at Wattle Dam and then come across to Redback. There's mineralisation and potential stoping that we can pay for any development across to Redback. So great, exciting opportunity to be able to sort of build up on our resources. And this is a new discovery, 300 metres from what was Australia's highest grade gold mine. So yeah, amazing. And the reason this is because the company at the time, they were focused on other things. It's been within the family as such. And this was right next to the ROM pad. So yeah, it's quite exciting for this S5 prospect. So yeah, we're drilling 800 metres of diamond drilling there at the moment, and we'll be churning through assays, and then continuing with our drilling at Redback and testing the linking structures between them. Within our portfolio of the 112,000 resource ounces that we've got Larkinville and Eagle's Nest. Eagle's Nest is where they found the golden eagle, Western Australia's largest nugget that was ever found. And so if anyone's ever watched Gold Hunters, they know where Eagle's Nest is. Larkinville, modest resource, but great grade. So it sits at 3 grams, shallow. So Larkinville and Eagle's Nest are our near-term resources. So we've completed all our environmental permitting and started. So we've got to do autumn and spring So spring we'll be doing this year, and in that time we'll be getting the scoping study done. Some small resource infill drilling at Larkinville to do a upgrade of the mineral resource estimate, and then scoping study during the year. So September we'll be putting the scoping study. And so Larkinville, Eagles Nest, and one of our projects called 5B. These are multiple and potentially S5 and some paleo channels. These will be mining centres that will be able to move through and some near-term gold production out of these deposits.
Yeah, so that's kind of good for shareholders, isn't it, Tim? Because if you can get some sort of near-term small-scale production, you know that gets some cash flow coming into the company. Would that be correct?
Yeah, so we've got some opportunity for some paleo channel, which is really low cost. This sits 15 metres below surface. So our core farm paleo channel, non-JORC compliant resources, but 15 metres below surface. And we've got a 1 metre at 91 grams. So there are some near-term and small-scale production through it, but our focus for us is to get up to a scale for our resource. And so these are near-term opportunities. And then once we build up our momentum and build up a resource to a big enough scale, we'll be able to turn these projects on. So the priority for us for 2021 is to get these up to mine-ready projects. All the environmental permitting. And one of the things for us, these are all mining permitted tenements. So we don't have to go through, all the royalties have all been agreed to, all the native title agreements all been agreed to. We're 25 k's from Camp Boulder with these projects. So these are easy turn on projects. And so for us, priority is getting the resource tons up, ounces up, but also get these projects up to a decision to mine. Very, very quickly, I know this is a gold conference, but our nickel opportunity, we're right in the heart of nickel in Western Australia, if not Australia's nickel production. This is a quick snapshot of where we are. We've got Wattle Dam East and a Hill Ditch project. This is a tenement. So this is a long section of all the tenements from Mincourse Cassini all the way up to our tenements. Those orange squares, we've got Wattle Dam East and our Hill Ditch project. These were the boundary. So to the south, to the left of the page, that was all WMC. To the north was Cellcast. Cellcast sold those tenements to the south, to the west of the the left of the page, the southern end of those tenements to WMC. WMC didn't have access to the tenements to the north because it was controlled by a company. Recently, we just announced that we have our nickel target. So we just completed a ground EM. Late time conductor sits around 6,000 to 8,000 Siemens. So we're bookended by two known nickel deposits, Estrella's Andrew Shaft and Neometal Zabel deposit. So same stratigraphy, 1.5 kilometres of continuous stratigraphy. We've got this EM conductor sitting right there. So we'll be drilling this EM conductor late February. So gold and nickel opportunities for us. And this is the first of many of their nickel targets within Wattle Dam East. This isn't a distraction from our gold. This is a kilometre from Wattle Dam East. And as the drill rig is leaving site, we'll be drilling a hole into this one. So very exciting for our nickel. And if this thing jumps out of the page like it is, it's pretty exciting. So we'll go and find out what that is. Hill Ditch prospect, gold and nickel. Very, very limited work done up in this Hill Ditch prospect.
Got 1 minute left, Tim.
Thank you. So yeah, we've got around 7,500 ounces up there in resource. So we definitely got some work that we'd be doing through the year up at Hill Ditch. So 2021 strategic objectives, completion of our project scale drilling programs around Redback, Wattle Dam and Larkville. Some high priority nickel targets in Wattle Dam East. Continue on with our mining approvals, scoping studies at Larkinville and Eagles Nest for near term. Ongoing evaluation of our paleo channels. So these are really exciting. Same as what Mandilla. So we're right to the west of Mandilla, AAR's Mandilla project. So we'll still continue evaluating the paleo channels and reconnaissance of our northern tenements. And so everything I was talking about right then was on our very small tenement called Wattle Dam. And so we've still got another 48 square kilometres of tenements to explore through that Spargoville Shoe Zone.
Look, we've run out of time, I'm afraid. We were going to have a nice long chat, but hopefully you'll join the Zoom networking meeting later today. Tim Wither, it's been fantastic. You're only just getting started, as you said before. New team, August last year. Lots of news flow in 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Wither, Maximus Resources, put them on your watch list. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you very much, Kerry.